Let's turn this into this. Hi, I'm Paul and welcome to Zilla Cabs. If you've watched enough of our videos, you'll know that I really like a 15-inch speaker. I mean, I generally myself, I do tend to play 12-inch speakers, 4x12s, oversized 212s, that kind of thing. But I really appreciate a 1x15 cab, and that's what I'm building today. This is a really cool color scheme. It's the slime green sides, so the two sides are in slime green, and there's an orange basket weave stripe on the top. Now the customer's got an orange amp that he's putting on the top, so he's gone with an orange basket weave stripe down the middle to kind of go along with the orange on the head. And he's going for a basket weave grill cloth, which is very traditional for orange amps. It's really nice. It's that kind of oatmeal coloured grill that you'll have seen on loads of different cabs with quite a thick weave. And the thing that I really like about this is the black pipe. Now, the customer's going for black pipe on the body, which is these grooves here, and then black pipe between the Tolex and the grill cloth, which is going to give it a really nice black accent. And he's going for black hardware as well, so black corner protectors and black handles. So it's going to really pop that black between the orange and the green Tolex, and then the Tolex and the oatmeal grill itself. It's going to look really cool. All right, so let's get on with covering this cab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a bit of masking tape around the parts that I'm not Tolexing so that we don't get any extra glue on the wood. And yeah, I'm just going to tack this and watch it come together. All right, so I just referred to as a 15 or 1x15 as being a fun cab, and that I like it. And even though I generally play a 12-inch speaker, that I really like 115s. And I just want to explain myself a little there. The reason I think they're fun is because they can put a different slant on the sound that you often just can't get from a 12-inch speaker. Now, the difference between the 12 and the 15 obviously is the 15 is bigger, and what that allows is generally a slightly deeper, darker sound. Now, the downside of 15s is you generally don't have the choice. There's not as much choice out there as what there is with 12-inch speakers. Now, if you open up the range of most speaker manufacturers, you'll see guitars are generally quite focused around 12-inch speakers, and what that means is you get loads of choice. So you'll get modern and vintage sounding speakers that go across quite a large range, and plenty of different variants of each one. But with 15s, often you'll get vintage sounding speakers, so speakers for replacements for, say, Fenders, some of the 115s and the 215s that they used to do. And there's the 15-inch bass speakers, but generally you don't get that much choice when it comes to guitar speakers in the 15. Now, although you don't get the choice, it kind of means you have to go with what you can get. And as it goes, the Celestion Fullback, which is the speaker that we use a lot of, is just a great sounding speaker. It's still relatively dark compared to a lot of 12-inch speakers, but it can be quite a nice speaker for fitting in most mixers. I mean, the cab itself here isn't a massive cab, so it's not going to pronounce the low ends so much, and generally you'll get them, although we make open back, oval backs, all that kind of stuff, oh, closed backs as well. You'll often find that the cabs that we make for 15s will be open back or some kind of variant of, which opens up the sound so you can get a nice ambience, and then you're using a slightly darker speaker in there. It kind of balances out and gives some really interesting sounds. And the reason I find them fun is often I'll end up playing the guitar kind of different. I'm not the world's most skilled guitarist, and I generally tend to go down a certain route, which is generally heavy rock, and drop D kind of riffs, which I find really fun. But I kind of pigeonhole my playing quite a lot. So when I play a 115, I'll often find that I'm playing other stuff. And also, I really like Strats with 115s. Oh, sorry, I really like 115s for playing with Strats. Strats are guitars that I often find a little bit bright sounding, a little bit too twangy for how I play. I'm not skilled enough to get those kind of Jimi Hendrix kind of sounds and Stevie Ray Vaughan, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Strats, as much as I really appreciate them, I tend not to use them so much, but I often find that with a 15s, particularly the Celestion Fullback, it kind of softens over their edges, and it kind of makes it a little bit safer for me to play a Strat, it just opens up new sonic possibilities. All right, so we're at that point in the build where you can start seeing things come together, all the color schemes and all that. We've got the Basketweeve Grille cloth that I've just put in there. I really like this black pipe. I think it really pops, stands out. Both the on-body pipe here and the black pipe around the Grille and the Tolex. You're going to see that really come alive when we put the black hardware on. So the corners, the side handles, and it's all going to kind of start to make sense. If you've ever wondered how our customers come up with the color schemes that they do, make sure you check out the website and the cab customizer program that we've got on there. It allows you to mix and match colors or go for more standard looks. In the top right hand corner, we got a load of presets, so ones that we like ourselves or color schemes that are quite popular with our customers. In the bottom left hand corner, there's a speaker icon, and on most of the cabs that allows you to play around with different speaker choices. You can hear how they sound with vintage 30s, greenbacks, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so it allows you to be creative, but see how they look and hear how they sound before you go ahead and place your order. Right, let's get on with the rest of the build. We're going to add the hardware now, add the backs and the speaker, and then we're going to give it a play. All right, what I'm going to do now is load the speaker. It's the Celestion Fullback, the G15V100. It's a 100-watt speaker, really well balanced speaker. I think I've said it before. A lot of 15-inch speakers are aimed at the more vintage market for Fender 115 combos, and they do a few 215 cabs in the past. And there are plenty of speakers out there, 15s, that will cover a lot of bases, not just vintage stuff, but more modern sounds, kind of rock through to higher gain and stuff. There are speakers out there that do it, but they are kind of rare. Now, because most of the guitar market's aimed at 12-inch speakers, you just don't get the choice with the 15. So a speaker like the Fullback, although it is kind of darker than most 12s would be, it does cover a lot of bases. You can do loads of stuff, really nice cleans, edge of breakup, rocky stuff, which is more what I do, kind of heavy rock. And you can push it into kind of higher gain stuff as well. That can get really interesting because you don't normally hear that kind of stuff. I'm going to fit the back panels on next, but before I do, I just want to explain this thing here. You'll have seen us fitting them before on cabs that have a 3-piece back, and it's a question that comes up quite a lot. What's that thing that you attach in the back? And we call it a central support. Now, you may have noticed that some or most of the closed backs we do have a support that goes kind of that way. It goes from the baffle to the back panel, and it's to stiffen up the baffle, makes the speakers a little bit more direct. Now, on a 3-piece back, because you've got 2 joins on the back panels themselves, and you've got quite a lot of pressure inside, you've got potential for there to be some unwanted vibrations on the back panel. Now, that's what this thing does. We attach it from the top down to the bottom, and it allows us to screw the back panels to this, so it stops any vibrations on the center. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so here we are, the finished cab. I absolutely love this. I think this is great. I always knew this was going to stand out. I'd seen it on the cab customize program. I put it in just to check everything through, but I absolutely love it. I've said earlier the black pipe really pops against the grille and the green and orange Tolex. The black on-body pipe is great, fits in nicely with the corners. The customer's gone for the old school badge, the white and black one. Specs on the cab again, Fullback 15, Celestion's 15-inch speaker, it's 100 watts. That's in 16 ohms on this cab, and the customer's gone for a 3-piece back, and this is our standard 1x15 cab. So again, if you want to play around with the colors, make sure you check out the Cab Changer program. Just go on there, play around, see what you come up with. Feel free to put the specs in the comments below. We love to see the kind of cabs that you're building. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, stay cool, hang tough, and riff hard.